Okay, we're going to be looking at the angle addition postulate homework. So if you want to get that out in front of you, or if you don't have it printed yet, go ahead and go on It's Learning and print that out. Or you can write on your own paper if you want. Angle addition postulate's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. It's a lot like segment addition postulate in that you're just looking at two parts that add up to be a whole. Okay, so the first couple I'm going to really do some color with, and then I'm going to kind of step back from that. So it's going to kind of give us three angles, and you want to think about this as kind of like HRS combined with HRQ. And together they make this, and I didn't bend that guy enough, but like this SRQ guy. And so the first thing I recommend when you're doing this is figure out what the whole angle is, right? So the whole angle is this guy right here on the outside. And I'm sorry it's doing the color thing again. So when I'm looking at this, I have two angles that will get me that blue one. When I combine HRS with QRH, right, so if I add this much to this much, then I will get the total, right? Okay, so if I'm looking at this, it says that HRS is 20, and it says that QRH is 140. So HRS is the small one, and QRH is the bigger one. So that makes this 140, and that makes this 20. Right? And so when I'm looking at this, I can say, right, well, if I combine 140 and I combine 20, right, that will give me QRS. So the measure of angle QRS is just that 140 degrees. Combined with that 20 degrees, which is 160 degrees. So I'd like to see the degree symbol on all your answers when the answer is an angle. All right, I'm going to jump to number 4. It's a little tiny bit different. Number 4, they give us the measure of RQP and the measure of VQP, and they want RQV. So this is why I say this is so important to figure out what's given. So the entire big angle is RQP, right? RQP. That's the whole big angle. And then I've got two little angles, RQV, this guy right here, and VQP, this guy right here. So if I add this one and this one, it'll give me the whole big angle. So I like to just start off by circling the biggest angle. So RQP is the one that is the outside, right? And so they actually gave us all of that. It's 169. And then VQP is 138. VQP is 138 degrees, right? And so what I know is if I combined 138 degrees with whatever VQ, the measure of angle VQR is, then that would give me the entire angle, which is 169 degrees. Right? So in this problem, because I'm only looking for part of the angle, then I would just subtract 138, and the measure of angle VQR is 31 degrees. And remember, I really want to see that degree symbol when the answer is an angle. All right, the next set of questions, you are solving for x. So notice this said find an angle. The next set of questions says find x. And here's where it really becomes important for us to label appropriately and figure out what's given. So I'm going to do that thing where I find the biggest angle. So that would be QRS, that outside angle, or SRQ. So we just want to look to see QRS, here it is. So I'm just going to circle that biggest one and then put the other ones in place. So QRD is this outside, not these, it's this little angle of 4x plus 4. And then DRS is 29 plus 1, 29x plus 1. So I can say this part plus this part equals the whole angle, which we circled was 170. So that would be 4x plus 4 plus 29x plus 1 is going to be equal to 170 degrees. Okay? And I'm going to do that thing where I organize with my line and combine like terms. So I'll combine 4x with 29x, and I'll combine 4 with 1. And that will give me 33x plus 5 is equal to 170. And then I can subtract 5 and get 33x is equal to 165. And last step, because all I'm doing is solving for x, is divide by 33, and x is going to be 5. And I can stop. Because the question itself says, and this is important for later on, find x. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and just work one more with you. So the rest of these 5, 6, 7, and 8, actually, yeah. So this says find x, this says find x. I'm going to jump to one where you are solving for an actual angle instead of x. So when I'm looking for the angle, first I solve for x, and then I solve for the angle. So I'm going to do the thing. The outside angle is QRS. So QRS is right here. It is 69x minus 2. And I'm going to label. So HRS is 2 plus 49x. QRH is 36. So one of the common mistakes here is to set it equal to the number, but that's not always the case. So I'm going to add part plus part and set it equal to whole. So 36 plus 2 plus 49x is equal to 69x minus 2. And then I'm going to organize. And so now I've got x's on both sides. So just be aware that happens sometimes. I combine 36 and 2 and get 38. So 38 plus 49x is equal to 69x minus 2. I know that light is crazy. I'm sorry. Now, the next step I'm always going to do is just to move the smaller x. So because 49 is smaller than 69, I'm going to subtract that one next. So minus 49x minus 49x. And now the x's are gone from this side, and I'm left with 38. So 38 is equal to 20x minus 2. And now I'm going to put the numbers together. So I'm going to put 38 and 2 together. And because 2 is negative, I'm going to add it. And I'm going to get 40 is equal to 20x. And then divide by 20. Divide by 20. And x is going to be equal to 2. Now I want to be careful not to stop, because I want to answer the question that's been asked. So the measure of angle QRS is given as 69x minus 2. So 69x minus 2. So what I need to do now is just plug x equals 2 in. So that's going to be 69 times 2 minus 2, which is 138 minus 2, or 136 degrees. I hope I just mathed that right. 120 and 18, 138. Yeah, okay. That's a 36. Okay? So this is that final step of that problem. So first solve for x and then solve for the angle. I hope that helps. If not, we'll be here to answer questions on Tuesday. See you then.